This movie had a lot of, ooh, that's pretty cool, but also a lot of, why? What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of The Suicide Squad. Of course, Suicide Squad is written and directed by James Gunn, and, well, you already know the story. It's the Suicide Squad. Some have returned. We have some new people, some new squad members. It's all crazy, batshit crazy. They're going to go on a crazy mission that could get them killed. And guess what? A lot of people do end up getting killed in this movie. And, I don't know, there's really not much that happens with the plot. So what did I think of The Suicide Squad? Liked it, did not love it, did not hate it. Very much kind of in the middle with this one. You know, and I'm looking at my timeline, obviously, and I'm seeing people say it's the greatest CBM ever, and then people saying it's the worst CBM ever. And I hate the two extremes because it is definitely not the best, definitely not the worst. But of course, that's your opinion, whatever. This is mine right here. And yeah, when it comes to the movie, I mean, I talked about it on my first reaction review right after. The key things about this movie is it is shot beautifully. The cinematography is absolutely great, and the action is batshit crazy. Pretty great, too, most of the time. Maybe it gets a little wonky at times, but most of the time, the action is just pretty great. My favorite scene, of course, was that Harley Quinn scene that James Gunn was talking about, where she just takes on a bunch of people. Some people might go, is it kind of similar to the Birds of Prey, police station scene? I'm like, a little bit, but better. I think it worked better because the cinematography was better. And so, I don't know. It just all really worked. And it's kind of funny, too, because there's something that happens in there where you kind of go, well, that you can kind of, when you're talking about Harley Quinn and when stuff happens, when you look at that in Birds of Prey, you kind of go, there's a similarity there, which I kind of appreciated. And then, maybe others will too, but I know a lot of people didn't really like Birds of Prey. And as time goes by, I'm like, the movie flows very well. There's no really like dead spots where you kind of stuff's dragging or whatever. I know there's like a scene too where, it has to do with Harley Quinn that I thought, this is a perfect time to go to the bathroom, which I did, because I was going, okay, there's going to be that action scene that comes, and I was feeling it, and I went, okay, this right here of her being wine and dined, I just was like, part's not for me. And there's other parts like that too, but let me get past all what I liked about it. The humor, like I said, about maybe like half of the jokes worked for me. There's some ones, got some, a couple laugh out loud moments for me, actually, and it seemed like the movie theater I was in, where they were pretty much appreciating all the jokes, except for one that was in the trailer, and nobody laughed at it in the movie, and I went, yeah, it's not that good. The gore was very well done, and like I said, going with the action and with the flow of the story. I mean, I was actually pretty surprised because you're trying to guess how the story is going to be structured by the trailers, and it was just like, oh, okay. I mean, it's just 100% this, and I appreciated that it wasn't going to be just like all over the place, and I like the fact that since we already had the first Suicide Squad movie, we didn't have to go through of like introducing everything. I mean, I like that aspect of it, but at the same time, it was just like jump right into it and let's just go, 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 go. And I thought that actually worked for the movie. Now, what I didn't like about the movie, well, like I said, probably half the humor was like, just really didn't work for me. Not at all. It was just, sometimes you just kind of cringed at some of the jokes. And I knew that was going to be the case. And then when it came to trying to add depth to some of these characters, because obviously you had to do that, and they try to do that with a few of the characters. Well, obviously Bloodsport, because we know about the daughter thing. And when it comes to that, they, I mean, when I do my spoiler review, I'm going to go more in depth with this, but it just seems like, that was the reason why he's going to be involved in this. But there was just no depth to it when they try to make it that, and then they try to come back around with that. And I thought, wow, that didn't fucking work. They do it with Ratcatcher 2, flashbacks, hated those. I thought, I was like, what is going on here? It was just, it seemed like anytime they were trying to do that, I was just like, nah, just keep it with the insanity, okay, James? Just keep it with that. I will be perfectly okay if we, some of these characters I know shit about. There's no backstories, no nothing, no flashbacks, no nothing. Let's just keep it like that. I mean, or at least do a better job because, going back to the whole daughter thing for Bloodsport, it actually made me appreciate what they did in the first Suicide Squad with Deadshot's daughter because they really added some depth there. Multiple flashbacks that were touching moments, and not to mention there was that scene with Deadshot and Batman, and she literally steps in between Batman and Deadshot. That's fucking powerful. Try not to make too many comparisons to the first one. I'm just saying that right there, just to me, I was like, nailed it there. Not so much here because it just felt like after all the insanity and the humor and the crazy action, it's like, oh yeah, we got to go back to some of the backstory, flesh some of this out, and it just felt like it. Sometimes it felt out of place, and it felt like it just did not work. Amanda Waller's crew, like within the command station, I hated them. Let's have the nerdy fat dude eating potato chips at his desk, and and then I just was not a fan. I was going, can she like shoot these people like she shot those guys in the first one? I just thought it was cheesy, just very cheesy. Like, obviously we're trying to add something in there, and I know there's stuff happens within the command center, but at the same time I'm just kind of going, why does it have to be? Like, I was not a fan of those characters. I was, yeah. But overall, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. It's enjoyable. I can watch it again. I'm probably going to watch it again before I do my spoiler review. And because there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to the spoilers, I get more into it. But, like I said, Margot Robbie was fantastic. Like I said, she had the best scene in the movie, that scene where she's just kicking everybody's ass. Polka Dot Man was also, I thought he was great too. And his little, like when they did stuff with him and like his powers, I thought they actually did a really good job because it's Polka Dot Man. And I thought, what they did with him, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think Bloodsport was, really stole the show, and then the exchanges with him and Peacemaker were pretty good too. So there's a lot there, and it's like I said, it's enjoyable. I liked it. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I have my gripes, and that's pretty much it. And look forward to my spoiler review because I'll get more ranty. And yes, there's one post-credit scene, I guess you say, literally a post-credit scene. And some people were mentioning that, not in detail, and I'm not going to mention it in detail. I'll talk about it more in the spoiler. But I thought, okay, it actually made sense to me. I don't know if I liked it really that much, but I thought it made sense. I was like, okay, now, because I had a question about something, and then I went, okay, that does make sense now. So yeah, there's a post-credit scene. Make sure you stay for that. Some people, might not think that, but yeah, I mean, sadly, that's still going to be a thing, even though certain the DCU movies were like, nah, no post-credit. We don't need that. There you have it, guys. That's my review of The Suicide Squad. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the balls area. Hit that like, thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing videos and stuff. Subscribe. Hit the join button if you want to become a member and get some perks with that. Or the Patreon. You get some stuff over there, too. And then, of course, the Film Junkie Closet down below for merchandise. All right, guys. Talk to you later.